I'm so stupid.
Ah, there it is.
Is this on?
Well, let's go.
Welcome back to Home Wrenchers. So last time I tore off the intake and exhaust manifolds. I took out the radiator, which you didn't see me do. I basically got the motor ready to get pulled out because honestly, I fed you guys a bunch of crap about how I was gonna keep it simple and how I was gonna put all those parts on the bench on the car right away. But all I had to do was go to sleep and wake up and I become a different person. And also I've got bad influences of friends who just encourage me to do stupid things like pull the motor, get a GTE from JDM in California, put a bigger turbo on it, put a crazy fuel system in it, and try to make 700 horsepower. I'm really disappointed in myself, but I'm doing it. All of my friends are scumbags, so now I'm gonna make a bunch of horsepower. I wasted all that time pulling off the oil pan because now the motor is just gonna come straight out. Another reason why I'm doing this is I found out the automatic transmission is only good for about 350 horsepower, and 350 horsepower in a boat like this just isn't going to do anything for me. So I'm trying to do some rowdy, straight up burnouts, and I wanna be able to link every straight at every track ever with a fat ass burnout. So I went to JDM in California. They always have great deals on motors. So I picked up a 2JZ-GTE from an Aristo. So it's twin turbo, front sump, automatic, and you know, all the goody 2J stuff. All right, I'm not gonna talk your head off right now. I need to pull this motor out before I lose interest on spending my Saturday working on a car. So to come out, no, it's yeah, I did everything the other day, so just to get it ready. I didn't feel like pulling it out then, but it should come right out now. All good with you? Hey man, you gotta start them young, you know?
Yeah, I was like, bro, he's already into cars.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. It would suck if you don't like cars, you know? Like that's
TikToker, like
that's
little kid helping his dad.
Oh yeah.
And shit, I was like, ah.
Yeah, you just gotta start them young, man. We gotta do our own wave, you know? Show them. Hey, have a good day, man. And just like that, the motor is out. I gotta say, it's been about 10 years since I've done something like this in my own house or garage. I guess it feels good to get back on the saddle. Anyway, we're back at it. Your boy's capable. I had to test myself a little bit to see if I could still do it because, like I said, I haven't done something at home like this in a hot minute. So here's the NA2J in all its glory, all 200,000+ miles on it, nice and grimy. Next on the list is tearing down both blocks, because what we're going to do is take this NA2J head, because everything that I'm reading and all my bad friends are telling me that the NA2J head flows better. And then take this head and pop it onto this bottom end. But I'm doing a head gasket anyway, and I'm doing Kelford cams, so it doesn't really make a difference. It's just a little more work. I am not looking forward to taking the twin turbos off and the intake manifold off on this side. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where the bolts are. How do you get to this? How do you get to the flange? This is terrifying. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then in the morning pull the car out, swap that stuff. So have a wonderful evening. Good night. Goodbye. Yo, let's go to work. Yeah, we got a car to build, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Go to the garage. That's the garage is that way, Don. Go in the garage. Well, so much for having backup today. All right, we got the 2Js in the garage, but before I talk about those, I want to show you some upgrades that we did to the garage. So my boys over at Falcon Tire sent over a little goodie pack. We got this nice little non-slip rug. I just like the vibes of it. Matches my toolbox pretty good. And then this thing is really dope. A nice little Falcon Tire bar stool. And on top of that, now I know what time it is. We added some lights just so I can't use the excuse for not having lighting to do work when the sun goes down. And remember, The Rock is always watching. Now that that's out of the way, it's time to jump on some 2J action. So we're gonna remove this cover, remove the tensioner, take off the timing belt and some accessories that need to come off. Coil pack, spark plugs, valve covers come off, and then we crack the cams in sequence, pull those out, and then the heads, pop, 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 pop. Those should come out also. And then depending on how long that takes, we're gonna move over to this one. When you have a very demanding baby inside, you can only get so much done at a certain time. So let's get started. So I got the cams and the cam caps off, and I'm looking for the head bolts, and I'm looking and I'm looking, and I don't see them. It's because they're full of crap. Check this out. Pretty much all of them look like that. Yeah. If any of you guys plan on popping your head off, make sure you order this 12-point 10mm bi-hexagon socket. It took me a couple days to get it. After I ordered it off of the internet, I heard that you could just go to AutoZone and buy this. So just get ahead of it if you are going to pull a head off a 2J. Forgot the Mighty Car Mods homies gave me these gloves when we went to Australia and visited their spot. So instead of wasting my orange gloves, let's use these reusable boys. They're comfortable, stretch nice. I'm pretty sure I had a harder time taking the intake manifold off than taking this head off right here. As you can see, that oil is pretty roasted. This motor had 220,000+ miles on it. That's just horsepower, you know, extra horsepower. And then obviously the cams had to come out as well. And the same thing on there. You can just see that they're just kind of roasted. So, but that's okay. I've got Kelford cams, we're not using these. I've got Kelford valve springs, and then I got SuperTech valve stem seals. So I need to send this head off to get decked, cleaned, and I may as well have them install the valve train too, because with valve springs, your boy is just not well versed in that department, and I want this head to be perfect. I'll put it back on myself, but I am always willing to let professionals do something. Sure, I could buy all the tools and learn how to do that, but it doesn't guarantee that it's gonna get done right, and I'd much rather it be done right. We're gonna send that over to a machine shop, get decked, get built, and then we'll put that on here. But as you can see over here too, it's pretty roasted in there. Some might argue that's good boost juice right there. So now that that head is off, I don't need any of this. I'm pretty much done with this motor, so I actually can take this out of here. It's time to just start tearing that motor apart. Unpro tip, when you got some crusty ass hoses like this and they don't want to budge or move or anything like that, take some pliers, grab them, and just give it a twist. Break that crusty thing free, pops right off. So before I get started on the motor, I need to pressure wash it and get it ready to put the head on. We got a stinky boy over here, so we're gonna give you a quick bath, huh? You stinky. You stinky. Yeah, he likes to find the dirt on the side of the house and then he comes back smelling like poop. So I like to convince myself he's not eating cat poop and stuff, but
I will not eat that.
You are going to eat that cat poop.
I will not eat cat poop.
he might be. It's really sad. Are you eating poop? Are you eating poop? Are you eating poop? You good? All right, don't go in the dirt. I'm such a wimp. All right, so if you ever have to pull the automatic torque converter off of a 2J and you're looking at it like, uh-oh, what do I do? Where are the bolts? How do I get to the bolts? Save you some trouble. There's a little panel down here. This little rubber grommet comes out of it. And then you can easily turn the converter and get to the bolts. I already took those off. Easy. I bought this grill brush because it's got a nice Brillo pad on it. So if you saw it before, the pistons were extremely filthy with carbon buildup and all that other junk that happens on top of these things. What I did was hit it with some Simple Green and then hit it with some brake clean. When I went to go buy a pressure washer, and while I was there I bought this grill brush because it came with like a soft Brillo on this side. So I just ripped the soft Brillo off for that, and I'm going to use this on the block, you know, just to get any excess grime off. But you know, not a bad buy for $5. But after you Simple Green and brake clean the top, I just use this Brillo. It's really soft. Get it all off and then hit it again and do it again. And if you feel like you need to do it a third time, do it again. And then top it off with some brake clean and then just take a shop rag and wipe it down. And you get a pretty fresh finish. Because I would have felt bad putting this super clean cylinder head on top of there. Even on the back side, look how clean that is now. You saw this before. It was disgusting. So there's just no way we can put this back on with how this was looking. We're just gonna keep cracking at it, see where we get. Let's tape this up and pressure wash this engine.
Many unbearable hours later.
Yesterday we spent some time pressure washing the JZ off camera. I threw a coat of paint on it, so we got this thing looking extra fresh, you know? Just the little things, the little details. Clean the pistons really good. Like I said, my trick was degreaser, brake clean, and wipe that bad boy down, and it worked really well because before these things were Absolutely disgusting. Went ahead and scraped all the head gasket residue off. That's pretty much done and ready to go. Over here we have the head with freshly installed Kelford valve springs and retainers, and then the Kelford big boys are ready to go on. But yo, this thing is so clean. And then we stopped at Drift Motion to pick up some head studs because I wasn't about to reuse those OEM ones. So we got a nice head stud kit for the JZ from Drift Motion, along with a new intake manifold gasket and a head gasket. If for whatever reason you're watching this video and you're trying to learn how to do this, I don't suggest it. Just in case you are, make sure you put these washers in here for the studs before you put the head on, because from what I understand, it's a nightmare to do it otherwise. So washers first, then you put the head on. But before I jump into that, I need to show you guys. Hoonigan just dropped some new board shorts. You see those? Got all the race flags on them. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. A little dirty already. And some new shirts too, so make sure to go to Hoonigan.com, check out some of the goodies because it won't last long, and let's get to work. All right, so the head is still not on, but let me explain to you why. I need to talk to you, Toyota. 2J lovers across America, in order to take your water pump off, you need to remove your crank pulley? What? I mean, I guess if you're gonna have one flaw, that's not a bad one to have. So, went to the parts store, got this pulley puller. Due to the recommendation of my boy, I got these extra long MA125 bolts for the crank pulley. He also said to grab a 1-inch socket because it fits perfectly in there. And we're gonna, instead of pressing on the pulley, we're gonna press on this, and that's just gonna yank that pulley off. So I made a mistake. I forgot that in order to run the GE head on the GTE block, you have to run the GE water pump. So right now, let's get this crank pulley off, get this water pump off, drop that head on, torque it down, and then we'll work out all the details from there. Toyota! What were you thinking? All right, now it's the other way. Does this, should I have this locked or not? Maybe that's the problem? You think, yeah, but this, you think this is why it's spinning? Maybe I shouldn't have this locked?
Yeah, don't have that locked, because remember, it's gonna have to go forward.
Oh yeah, I think that's why it's spinning. I'm so stupid. God, I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so stupid. Hey, if you're watching this video, see, I'm in quarantine, so I can't ask my friends to help me do it, but I'm getting virtual help right now from my boy Miggs. He's helping me out. He's the 2J Lord. So we're doing this, all right?
We're doing this.
All right. Let's see if we.
Now see if it works.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's doing what I think it's doing. Ooh, looks like that thing's coming loose.
Oh baby.
Boy.
Oh baby.
Let's go.
Oh baby. All right. Well, it looks like we're coming off, man. It looks like we're coming off. I appreciate you.
Oh, good. All right, cool. Now everything should be 10 times.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, no problem.
You know damn well I'll be calling you back if I got any. All right, my bro. All right, later. Always got to have friends on deck. All right. Woo! I'm learning. Oh my God. All right, let's drop this bad boy on. Finally got to drop the head on after going through all that bullcrap, but unfortunately, there's another issue. The ARP head studs require a 12.13, but a 12.13 does not fit. I found this little baby socket, which fits in there with a little bit of room, right? So now I have to go ahead and grind this bad boy down to be this size. But I don't have an angle grinder here, so can't do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead, wrap this episode. What we have planned on the next episode is obviously torque this head down, get the cams in, torque that all down. And then I'm gonna do some more cleaning on this front part here. I got a fluid damper on the way to get rid of this crappy thing. I hear they break a lot, so I don't want to deal with that. Got a new water pump on the way, got a new timing cover on the way. And then the motor should be ready to come off the engine stand, and we should be able to put the clutch, the flywheel on, and I gotta go grab a CD09 from JDM in California. Then we're gonna cut that and get that ready for the Collins adapter. And then essentially my drivetrain should be set. I just ordered a Serial 9 shifter for that setup, so I'll show you guys that once that arrives. Once that shifter arrives, all that package is all together, we should be able to just drop the motor back in. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out all the home wrenches that are on the Project Cars channel right now, and we're working out some fresh content to come on main channel. Bye.